What is going on, everybody? Cornerman here, Ryan the Mighty Quinn. We're going to do a recap on what we saw this weekend. Action packed, three huge events for both the Bellator and UFC, two for Bellator, as mentioned. Um, man, just what was so good about these events is that um, it was a lot of up and comers that are just adding to that talent pool that we're just seeing a lot of. Of course, we had the title fights that we're going to talk about with Cris Cyborg, but yeah, it was just it was so good to see. We're going to be so busy, so much to talk about going forward the next few months. We're going to start with Friday night with Bellator 278. Hats off to Liz Carmouche for winning a belt. I've been a fan of hers for a while. I know it was controversial, and Juliana Vasquez, she's not very happy about it. I mean, who is? I don't blame her either. I'm totally down for that rematch. Um, but I'm happy that Liz finally got her belt. She's been around for a while from the UFC over. So, that was awesome to see. Enrique Barzola won a decision over Nikita Mikhailov. Enrique's tough. I've seen him train before. He fought in the UFC. He's gonna have some buzz. My man Danny Sabatello beat Jornel Lugo. Jornel's super freaking tough. Danny just dominated like he said he was going to on here a couple of weeks ago. You guys could search back and see our episode with Danny. I'm hoping to get him on here. I told him I want to be like his beat writer. But yeah, he's got what's his name, Leandro Higo coming up. Going to be a great fight to watch as well. I can't wait to speak with him on that. Happy for my boy. Now, that was the gist of everything I got with Bellator 278. Bellator 279 Saturday. Hufan Stotts wins the interim bantamweight belt. He over what's his name, Juan Perluv, I believe it was, with what I call a haircut head kick knockout. Kind of grazed him right in that line. You actually, if you look, that actually happens a lot in MMA. This is a very sensitive area. You only got to hit it correctly. But yeah, interim belt. Congrats. Hats off to him. He's going to fight winner of Sabatello and Higo going forward in the Grand Prix tournament. Just everything we had, just one led into the next. My man Kyoji took another loss. Kyoji, I don't think it's a matter of if Kyoji needs to go back to flyweight. I don't think that. Need to go back and watch the fight. I know the fight before that, obviously was going his way. This is the first time he's lost two in a row, I believe. We're gonna have to see what goes forward with Kyoji. But I know that dude has so much more to give to this sport. Obviously, it's just not something that you planned on seeing. It's gonna be interesting to see what comes up with him next. But obviously, the sky's the limit. Every time Kyoji has a fight, I'm gonna be watching. We have off nights sometimes. That's what it is. Let's see here. Cris Cyborg defeats Arlene Blancow in a very tough, grueling 5-round fight. I thought it was awesome, especially when Blancow was like, "Come here, come to center." I just those women were really bringing it. Really showed Hawaii what's up. I know that Cris Cyborg, I'm such a fan of hers. Everyone, since she's been around, she has that look of just everyone just wants to hate on her because she's so, she's nasty as far as a fighter. And she's obviously not looking nasty. I think she's awesome. And she's just, she has that like, that image that everyone wants to see her lose. I never saw that. I always thought she handled her career fantastic. She still is. She didn't get the Kayla fight yet. That might happen. She spoke about going into boxing. I would welcome that. I think that's fantastic. I would love to see her box. Nobody. She's like I was looking back. I can't really think of anyone else off the top of my head. She's MMA's Triple Crown winner. She's won in Strikeforce. I'm talking about when I say Triple Crown, I'm saying won a belt in the major promotions. Strikeforce, UFC, Bellator. She could still do more, but she deserves something fresh, something new. I know she spoke about after she's been coaching people in boxing. Obviously, her striking's fantastic. I would love to see what she can do in boxing. I'm actually more excited to see her in boxing than I would Kamaru Usman. I truly believe that. I think I skipped over something here. Oh yeah, we spoke about Kyoji. Talk about Stotts versus Archuleta. Now, let's go right into the UFC. Now, first fight off, Dean Barry versus Mike. Oh, by the way, my over/under picks, I was 5-2 with the UFC this weekend. as well as the live line lookout. Live line lookout was pretty. It was pretty set. There was nothing really crazy to watch for. Um, but Dean Barry versus Mike Jackson. Yeah, that was my first pick. That really screwed everything up. I had a three-legged parlay, and that was my first pick in that parlay I spoke about on Betting Bananas, which you could see us on Wednesday or Thursday. And obviously that went to hell after that happened. I had Dean winning all the way. Dean said after he was pretty pissed off. He said that he feels that Mike Jackson, that he was exaggerating. I wouldn't be surprised. The guy's, he's fighting above his head right now in the UFC, and he's got to scratch and claw any way he can to stay there and to get wins there. He did that. That being said, you can't be reckless with the eye pokes and the groin shots. Now we know some people are going to look for that more than others. That's what we saw there. And then just I left this out earlier. The key word here for UFC Vegas 52 was potential. There was so much potential going forward with this card of what it's adding to everything. Not that first fight I mentioned, but Macy Barber looked fantastic. I thought that was going to be fight of the night. She dominated. She looked fantastic in the clinch, hitting little strikes everywhere. Claudio Pocel's. Everyone loved that knee bar submission. That was really slick. I think that we needed to see that. We needed to be reminded as MMA fans that slick submissions happen. It's not just a knockout-friendly sport. If you only want to watch knockouts, go stick to boxing and kickboxing. I loved it. I think this kid, talent is through the roof. Potential, like I said, Twitter, help him out. Get his Twitter account verified. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to see him going forward. He defeated Clay Guida, who everyone loves Clay. I don't think that Clay is I don't think he's done by any stretch of the imagination. I think that Clay does have some more to give. I know it was a contract fight. I hope they keep him around because he's going to be in those situations like we saw last night, bring exciting fights with the younger up-and-comers, win or lose. I don't think he's necessarily going to be a gatekeeper. He's a tough out. No question. He's a tough out. Is he main eventing a pay-per-view? Probably not, but I would love to see Clay stick around. I always loved Clay Guida. He still brings it. You're in fantastic shape. Keep it up, big man. Spoke about Macy. Tyson Pedro. First of all, that guy looked gigantic for 205. Came out over the 3.5, 4-year layoff. He did his thing. I thought he looked a little stiff at first. He was kind of picking his shots. I did have that fight going the under. It did go the under. And I think that guy's going to be projected right back into fighting the Ovince St. Preux and Shoguns of the division again real soon. He'll probably fight a top 15 fighter in his next fight. I'm going to be really excited to see that guy. Man, he looked nasty. And those leg kicks were sick. You didn't have to tell me that shin was taking a beating from Mikey Villanueva. Straight to the main event, Jessica Andraj versus Lemos. Lemos. Now, I was kind of being a hater. I didn't really think that at first. I'm like, no way did they train that off the left hook to slip into the katakatami or the arm triangle for those of you. Now, that being said, that totally could have been the case, especially if you looked at Lemos' striking, it was pretty lofty like that, where you could slip under and do things almost like you were slipping under to a rock bottom. That's what it was. She could have rock bottomed her. Lord knows that Andraj is definitely strong enough. Now, but the way it was finished, the way she crept her against the wall, yeah, maybe it was drilled and it was effective. And there was a lot of arm triangles attempted last night, and I thought that she even though it was against the fence, which is tough, but like she was the first person I saw to get the shoulder in place. I know that Cormier was talking about that a lot. And then I always tell the fighters and myself, because this is my bread and butter move, chest and forehead, hips, chest, forehead to the mat, hips, chest, forehead to the mat. What that's doing is it's sinking everything in place. And she did that against the cage. She did a great job of it. I thought if she was going to win, it was going to be by early knockout. Lemos by submission. She turned the fence. Looked fantastic. It was awesome. A lot of fun stuff, man. I think that she is going to, she wasn't ranked in the flyweight division. I would not be surprised if they put her in. Things need to shake out over the next few months, but I would not be surprised if you see her in a title fight in the next September-ish, probably September-ish, or at least against a top 3-4 opponent in the division. I think you found your home there at flyweight. That's what I think. Going forward, Tyson Fury had a big win last night, and then he said, "We want to see who the baddest MFer on the planet is between me and Francis Ngannou." He was all about it. I'm all about it. I would love to see that fight. I mean, I just think it's a fun fight to watch. I think that Tyson Fury is a master boxer. I think that he'd be more dominant in that field. Plus Ngannou has to put on those big gloves. But I want to see that fight. That's everyone's going to want to see that fight. Is it going to be? It's not going to be a McGregor Mayweather, but yes, it's going to be a big, fantastic fight to watch. MMA versus boxing has been a real buzz again lately. It's always fun when that happens. I had a conversation prior with Jeff Mayweather on here about it. Please check that out. We talked about how the boxing community takes this event. We spoke about how the MMA community takes this event and what we think, stylistically speaking, as two people who were involved in both. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Going forward this week, I'm linking up with Dustin Poirier. Hopefully I could get on with him later this week. A lot of buzz about him. Obviously he wants to fight. He always wants to fight, but now there's been some real momentum behind people wanting to fight him in both welterweight and lightweight. And I want to talk about that. Also going to be doing a video about who I think Jake Paul should be fighting next. I know him and Bisping are chirping back and forth. Jake Paul has made it clear he does not want to fight anybody in his prime in MMA and in a boxing match. I think I have some good names that'll give him a hustle for his money, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to post that tomorrow, and I think that's really it, guys. Oh, you know what I'm getting on? I was talking with a buddy of mine, Jason. The trading card box breaks with UFC. I actually have some UFC trading cards, and I might get a box and do a box break on here. Could use the content, right? So I might be doing one of that sometime soon. Probably not in the next couple weeks, but I want to know what everyone thinks about those UFC trading cards. I think they're pretty neat. Cards are always fun. Brings the kid out and you're ripping open, see what's going on. But yeah, that's it. We're gonna have a fun week going ahead of us. I got some other people coming on. I think you're gonna enjoy. I've been talking about Ali. I've been talking with Ali Abdelaziz about coming on here, as well as Michelle Beadle. Talk about some stuff with MMA and pro wrestling. Yeah, we're doing well, guys. So please just share, subscribe, and share. I think that's supposed to say, but just keep watching. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Bye-bye.